This week was Davos week at the World Economic Forum. Mm, mm, mm. The world's elites, bigwigs, and powers that be come together to let the other bigwigs know what they're planning on doing over the next period of time. Now, normally, it's a lot of self congratulations or pointing out small things such as global wars that were started or new types of meat that they want us to eat that are bugs or, things like that. But every once in a while, every quarter quell, if you will, they come out and they say, hey, things are going to be different over the next 50 years. We're going to have to shake things up because the problems they're having is with themselves. And we saw that this week at Davos. We had the big story was Carney, Prime Minister of my lovely, lovely country of Canada. Prime Minister who's so great, I love him, and may his reign on forever. May his name be ever praised. Said, hey, guys, we know we've been basically lying to the proletariat for the last 100 years, and that we went along with that lie because it benefited us to do so. But it's not benefiting us anymore. And we're going to need to change this up. We're going to need to rejigger alliances. We're going to have to think differently about the economic system. We have to think differently about how to deal with politics because the way things are not working anymore. I'm not bothered by this. You know what? I'm not bothered by this because we know these things are going to happen. Fourth turning, first turning, major changes are going to happen. We're paying attention to it. You know what bothers me about it? The regular proletariat, the regular plebs out there who are acting like the next 50 years are going to be just like the 50 years that passed before. Things are different, folks. They're telling us things are different. They're not just telling us, they're bringing AI and robots to come tell us this, all right? Things are literally completely different than they were just 3 years ago. And we're all acting like, hey, everything's going to work out just like it did before. The way you're raising your kids, the decisions you're making about your future, how you're going to retire, all that. And if you're here, at least if you're here, you're one of the few people who are actually looking ahead and saying, hey, things are radically different. I have to think radically different about my well being. Yes, keep your job, do all the stuff you're doing, but you better be paying attention to financial markets to see how you can actually turn what little scraps of money that you have into something more. You need 10x trades, folks. You need 100x trades. We're looking for a difference, an order of magnitude change in your thinking. And to do that, you can't do it alone. You need someone like me. That's right. Your friendly sacred prophet. Here to help you turn your little bit of savings into big money. Maybe, possibly. Not guaranteed. Non financial advice, do your own research, all that sort of thing. But if you're not doing that, you're going to be pretty screwed. Guys, we don't have a lot of time left. So we have to do this thing together. That's what we'll be talking about today. So let that sink in just a little bit.
The year is 2020. As the old financial empires collapsed and crypto drowned in noise and false prophets, one man lost everything. And in that loss, he was called. Through the wreckage of his own failure and the precision of his charts, a higher force revealed what others could not see and entrusted him with a mission to guide others through the chaos he barely survived. They call him Sacred Prophet. And now, the revelation is yours to claim.
Welcome, everybody, to Sunday Fuel for Sunday, January 25th, 2025. I am your humble host, Tom Sacred Prophet Hartman. Joined as ever by my plucky psychic and Aaron in training, Peter. Fat Guru, Hartman.
I am not Aaron in training. I will derail the show every single time you say that. I am not Aaron in trading. You know what? I put our previous episodes through AI, right? Because I'm trying to figure out a process to get the shorts and clips created with AI. it thinks that you're talking to Aaron. So no more of that, please. No more of that.
Okay,
Peter
in six
Hartman,
months,
also
in
known
six
as
months,
Bad
it'll
Guru.
know that you're not.
No, no,
In 6 months, it'll
no, no,
understand.
no, no,
We'll
no.
get it.
I'm not Aaron. I'm not Aaron. I'm not Aaron. We talked about this last week, okay? You are Khaleesi, and I am Jon Snow. Better yet, just refer to me to Peter Hartman. You're acolyte. I'd rather be an acolyte.
First follower, Peter Hartman.
That sounds like a social media thing. Acolyte, disciple, Pope. I'll accept Pope.
Well, because if I say that, it's sort of like I've accepted you as part of the congregation. You're more. Oh, you're like Igor
No,
to my Frankenstein.
no,
Hey, we found it. Frankenstein
no,
and
we did
Igor.
it. We did it. We did it.
Okay.
Peter Hartman, bad guru. I will accept first acolyte. All right, there.
Okay. First acolyte.
Mhm.
Hand of the
Now,
king.
yes, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. You may proceed.
Yeah. So Peter,
You laid out
I thought
something
I thought the
pretty.
worst. Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I thought the
No, talk
worst
about
that
but,
Serenity now.
go
You're gonna be Aaron just like that.
ahead.
I thought the worst we had to look forward to was 15-minute cities and eating bugs instead of meat.
And COVID too. COVID part two.
I mean, I was prepared for the sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'll accept it. I'm not above eating bugs for meat. Just
If it
make
tastes good. Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
I don't
I
get.
wanted to taste good.
I'm not
I'll
a
eat
principled
heme
against
all you
it.
want as long as it tastes good.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, and I really liked that. They were like, hey, you know what? We want these idiots to eat bugs, but they're just not and non-meat. But we got to make it taste real good for them. I was like, oh my god, that's all I wanted you to do. Like, think
So
of
sweet.
us.
So sweet.
Sell it to me.
Yeah.
Sell it to me. Make me want my golden cage. That's all I'm asking for. Now they've moved on to, all right, Risk was fun for a while. Time to start Elysium Protocol. We gotta get that spaceship up there. We gotta separate ourselves from these freaks because this ain't working. Let's get the robots. Let's get the AIs. But sir, they're not good enough. They're hallucinating. Let's get them going. Let's set them up.
You say Risk like the board game?
Yeah, exactly. The board game.
They're like, okay, no more playing on Earth. Gotta get up there. They're coming for our head soon.
Well, they're saying they're acting like Donald Trump is one of the proletariat who won the lottery and made his way into the presidency. So they're like, this isn't working.
No, can't have
This
that.
isn't working. I was so annoyed the other day, Peter. I try not to let this bother me. I watch this podcast called Kind of Funny about video games. I like it. I don't get to play a lot of video games, so I like to listen to a podcast. And they were lamenting the higher prices for things, the ICE agents and immigration and all that. And Greg Miller, who I like, I've been following ever since I was 20-something years old. When he was 20-something years old, he's going out there and he's saying, hey, this is what you guys voted for. This is what you guys voted for. So you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm like, every president you've ever voted for has been horrible, okay? Stop pretending like Donald Trump is especially horrible. Okay,
I want to flip
he
it.
got the Nobel Peace Prize. Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize. It doesn't matter. All right, all these people are horrible.
I want to flip it. I don't want to make it sound like the presidents are horrible. I personally don't really believe that.
Sorry, you're right. I actually mean they're horrible because they are our fearless leaders, and I respect them. You get to the top of the wolf pack, hey, you get my respect. My problem is that from his own definition of what he considers bad, by that definition, all the other presidents are actually bad. So what are you complaining about?
Yeah, that's right. You don't get to the top of the pile. You know, the rats eating rats. You don't get the top by being the nicest rat. You know,
that's right.
You get there by being monstrous. And the leaders at the top, like, have you seen the before and after pictures of Barack Obama and all the presidents before, except for Donald Trump? Something in that job ages you. All right, you're not getting your nails manicured and your toes suckled on. There's something dark.
Face to face with the tall whites. and they get imparted with the true history of humanity instead of like, oh my god,
When they
oh
find
my
out
god.
that Atlantis still exists beyond the beyond the ice wall.
And they need our children's blood in order to survive. Yeah, it
That's
turns
right.
out the whole thing. They're just like, what is going on? They don't seem particularly happy. I don't look at these people in power and see that
Yeah.
they don't look particularly happy.
Yeah, it's not good, and I'm sure they have to do horrible things. There's something that people don't understand. There's the good and the bad. There's some level of birth and growth that's required, but the thing that people don't understand is that you need some element of death and destruction that's also required. That has to be maintained. You can't put the gas on growth and just let that go. Things have to go by the wayside, and everything's a trade-off. So they look like monsters, and maybe they are. I want my leader to be a monster. All right. I'm still on the fence about
From
Carney. I
my
don't know.
point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, you were saying.
So, that bothers me because it's a video game podcast.
Kind of funny.
It's like your whole business model and industry is based upon the capitalist system that you're poo-pooing. You think you have your job in your Marxist utopia? You don't. You don't. It'll be some other thing you're griping about. So
maybe
what I
they
wish
do.
they were
I don't know.
saying, I wish what these people were saying. I wish what. No, I'm not saying they wouldn't have video games. I'm saying they would be making video. They might be making video games. It'll be some other thing they're complaining about.
Right.
We should really have capital be the main focus for things. This whole time. Anyway. It's a problem I have with that is the same problem I have with like Dave Smith. It's the same problem I have with Jimmy Dore. The same problem I have with all these people, the Pod Save America folks, and all these people, the Cyrus
Oh, the
Saldana of the
leftists?
world, everything.
The leftists?
Sorry,
The
all of them.
leftists?
It doesn't matter left, right, center, whatever it is.
Well, you just named a bunch
They
of leftists.
never come with solutions of being like, listen, guys, this is what I'm trying to say, guys. You fucked. Okay? If you think whatever story you swallowed so far and you think you're going to just do this and you're going to work to 65, you're going to retire and everything's going to be hunky-dory, you're going to have a car and a flying car over here and you retire, they think you have 5 to 10 to 12 homes. Okay? They think at the low end that you own 5 homes and your problem is the interest rate on the mortgage. That's what they think your problem is.
When you say they, you don't mean the Jimmy Dores of the world. You mean Scott Besson.
Yeah, the powers that be. So they complain, the microphone elite, the pundits, they complain about the elitists going, hey, they don't understand us. They don't understand us. They can't even see you.
That's true.
You think they're sitting there going, oh, Jimmy Dore's number 9 on the podcast list. They have no idea. They're not even thinking about you any more than you think about the beehive outside. Like, okay, the bees make honey. Okay, I get it. They make honey and whatever. And if the bees are gone, that's a problem. But they're not like, you're not worried about the individual bee. Make your honey. I'm going to come get that comb. And I could just wait you out until you die in 6 months. You never see the winter anyway. You never see the spring. What are you talking about? Every bee lives for 6 months. What do I have to worry about a bee for? My problem is that no one ever, the bees should just go like, look, I don't know. This hive we're in is fake. They're taking our honey. They're taking our comb. Don't you get it? The queen's not even a queen. They put that queen in here the other day. I don't even know who this bitch is.
You know too much about bees.
You don't even get it. I don't know. She smells like her queen. I'm telling you, that bitch is not our queen. Okay, they took her. So you gotta explain to people, hey, given the system that you're in,
right,
this is what you need to do in order to survive. This is a way you can actually survive. You need to get money. You need to be able to support yourself. And if you can, some extra support your friends. And maybe you or maybe your children or your grandchildren can get into positions in such a thing that might guide the future in a slightly different direction. All right, that's how it goes. Every 17 years old, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna change the world. You are not. Not without money.
Not without
money and power. You get your money, you get your power, you get your fame, whatever, and use that in order to make the lives of the people around you a little bit better. That's all you can do. So that's what I'm here as Secret Prophet to do. That's why I'm doing all this.
Right.
I want people to gain a little individual power and turn whatever meager money that they have potentially into something more. Do I want people to bet the farm? No, of course not. But I
Mhm.
don't want you to continue doing what you've been doing before. And don't let anyone talk you out of it. You ask them, okay, what does the world look like in 20 years? Ask them, what does the world look like 20 years? And if they give you any answer that's a variation of what it is right now, then you know, oh, you're a moron. You're an
Yep.
idiot.
Mhm.
All right. So 10x to 100x trades. I just want to bring this up, Peter. So people talk about once in a century, once in a generation, once in a forever events. All right, and they people when you hear that term, that sort of idiom, it seems like wow, these are rare. These are rare, rare, rare things, and that individual thing is rare. But that rare things happen often is not rare.
Right.
And when you have clustering of these rare things that are happening in any given time, then you know, boop, 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 that popcorn's popping. We're about to be done, folks. I know you're used to a cold pan with popcorn kernels, but we popping. Pop, 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 and getting more and more and more and more. And by the end of it, it's a whole new world, tasty world. But if you're relying on being a popcorn kernel, it's over. Here,
Nice analogy.
just over the last 10 years or so, we had two to three crypto crashes. We might be in a fourth right now. We had the COVID stock market crash, which then V'd back up, right? One of the largest drops, and it lasted 3 months, the drawdown, and then the biggest recovery while the world was locked down. Crazy. Oil went negative. Oil futures, oil futures went negative. Peter, how many times has oil gone negative before? Any stock? Have you seen any stock, anything ever go below zero?
Where they pay you to take it? No.
No, where you own the asset and you're paying someone else to take it from you. And they go, nah, nah. Zero times has that happened. Negative oil prices, April
Yeah.
2020. GameStop short squeeze, where everyone came
Yeah.
together and negative gamma spirit bombed Citadel and all these different places in order to get GameStop AMC up to massive heights. 2021, crazy. Archegos capital collapse in March of 2021. So
Wait,
this
wait, wait. What
family
is that?
office,
What is that?
this was a family office that collapsed, that lost about 10 to 20 billion dollars, that caused Credit Suisse, one of the oldest banks, to fail and go out of business. Speaking of banks failing, we had the U.S. banking crisis in 2023. Do you remember this when the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank and First Republic Bank went belly up, and they had to they erased $40 billion of deposits in like one day. The
Yeah,
Fed
I
had to come
remember
in and
that.
save and all that.
That was a
That was
big
just 3
deal.
years ago. 2 years ago.
Wasn't that supposed to be a
2020.
portend to horrible things to come, like a domino? Like, didn't that reveal a huge chink in the armor or something?
Well, the Fed came and swooped it up, and no one even talks about it anymore. 2022, nickel surge exploded. The price of nickel just went through the roof. FTX collapse 2022. Celsius, Luna, 3AC Capital, all that, right? Do you guys remember recently gold? We're at basically $5,000 ounce gold. 2 seconds ago, it was at 2,500. Silver up, what is it, 300% in 2 years? Silver, guys, pop, 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 pop. All
You'd
right.
even talk about Ukraine and Gaza.
I'm,
And
I'm I'm even just talking about things that happen in the financial markets, not even just what happened in your regular life.
right.
I'm
And
not
then
talking about
there's
AI. I'm not talking about robotics. I'm not talking about the wars. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm not talking about a populist president who, in between, like, loses the presidency and then gains it back. What has that? I'm not talking about any of that. I'm not talking about revolutions that happen all over the world. I'm just talking about the financial markets. Why is that important? Because there's money to be made here, Peter. Now, I personally went ahead and did the bet that I talked about last week, which I was on the fence about betting that Taiwan would get invaded. I know, but I rest comfortably in the knowledge that my bet doesn't cause Taiwan to be invaded. It just profits from it.
How noble.
Just profits from it. Right?
Right.
Let's see what you make right now. Let's just go take a look right now what you can make on let me see if I can pull that up. Polymarket. Go on Polymarket right now. What can you make on that?
I tell you, when you lay it out the way you do, I'm convinced we're living in a simulation. Gotta say.
All right, let's call this China-Taiwan military clash before 2027. Odds 20%. Actually, that's higher than it was before. It was just a few days ago. It was at 14%. So the odds are somewhat climbing. So 100 bucks gets you $500. You can pay 5 extra money if there's a military clash between China and Taiwan. And I think there are other markets too, like for different time frames. Let's see all the results. Will China blockade Taiwan by June? Yeah, will China invade Taiwan by the end of 2026? This is one of the bets I take. So it's 13% chance. And $100 gets you 8. So it's 8 times your money if you're right about that. Okay? Here's just, I want people to get through their heads. What's the reason not to take the bet? You're not taking out a second mortgage in order to do the bet, right? You put whatever you're willing to put in there, and from $10 to a few $1,000s that you're willing to spend on it. And if that thing happens, you're not sitting around going, "Oh my god!" And a new item in the history books. You're going, "Look, I just made 8 times my money. Now let's take that money and put it in. Let's spread that into 4 other bets that also have 10 to 10x or 100x probability. And put some options. It opens up possibilities for you in order to take other bets because hey, the popcorn's popping. More things that are freaking crazy are going to be happening. Let me try to do that. What's the downside? Like, why wouldn't you do that? I say it all the time. Take the money, because it used to be, Peter, that $100. Oh my God, I'm not gonna put $100 and stuff like that. Now $100, you can barely buy groceries with $100.
It's true.
Right now, it's almost just as expensive to go to the grocery store as it is to get takeout.
Yep.
So forego 1 or 2 meals. Bet on the suffering and destruction of the poor people of Taiwan.
Jesus.
And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, you're just out the money. You're going to be out the money anyway. We're going to poop it out anyway.
Well, you'll eat it first, but yeah.
We're going to poop it out anyway. I know what it sounds like, Peter. It does hurt me a little bit to talk about it. But I'm being practical here. I'd rather be talking about, hey, are you talking to a person who supported Ron Paul for president in 2008 and 2012? Twice. Talking to a loser here. Okay, I get it. Standing out on the cold saying rah rah, vote for this person. I get the bleeding heart stuff. But I wish someone set me aside and said, you know what? Hey buddy, that's great. You want to make a change like that. Hey, how about this? How about you buy some gold? And if this thing about changing the world doesn't pan out, hey, the gold thing might actually help you out then. What was gold at the time? Gold at the time that I was helping out my buddy, who I love, Ron Paul.
Yeah. The great Ron Paul.
Gold was at $1,600. So I could have held that and been up. Hey, I could have bought Monet jewelry, bought it at 24 karat gold, and been able to wear that gold this whole time, plus get the whole, plus get it paid for me. I could have done that. So I'm being that guy for you right now. These things are going to be different. Now, on top of taking these bets, these 10x to 100x bets, these magnitude bets, as we're going to be calling them, you also have the opportunity now to trade up to 50x leverage on Bitcoin reliably and with prop firms, using prop firms, which is a different type of leverage. It's a non-recourse leverage, right? It's leverage that if you blow your prop firm account, you're not out thousands of dollars on that account. You're not putting your money at risk, but you can make, if you can nail it, You can make a few $1,000s extra. You can make a few hundred. Some people are there making a few $100s extra per month. But let's say you're in the upper tiers and you're making a few thousand. I'm not even talking about where you're getting life changing money like some of these people making $50,000, $100,000. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about making an extra $1,000 per month because you're spending 2 hours a week doing the trades. Just that. That's non-recourse. That's non-recourse leverage. That's leverage that you couldn't have in any other regime. Where else are you going to get those odds? This is not going to the casino and put it on black. That's not what this is. This is using your own mentality or your own knowledge, your own industriousness in order to figure out a trading pattern that works for you so that you can then make this money. Now, I get it. It's hard off the bat, which is why I created these tools at Sacred Profit. Levels, waves, trend, right out the gate. You get this from the Sacred Profit library. You toss this on the chart, and all of a sudden, you're going to see patterns within the chart that you're not normally going to see if you just stare at it. My 16-year-old stepson has started trading in a paper account with the tools that I provided him. And he's like, Tom, I made $1,600 on a trade the other day, trading options, just bouncing between the lines like you showed me. Because I don't even understand why aren't more people doing this? And I explained to him it does cost money. But he was like, this is incredible. And he
Have
has a
you
teacher who himself who does it. He also trades. And the teacher just teaches like, for fun. And he makes his money trading.
have you made any money with prop firms?
Yeah, absolutely. I got my first payout last week. That was fun. Working on the next one this week. And what's been interesting is that I've been mixing the two, the automated strategies and manual strategies, and macro trends and intraday trading. So because of the whole silver thing right now, I see silver is running up, right? I go into silver and I see silver is running up. And because I use the markets as my divination tool, I go, okay, what's going on? What's causing it to go up? And I find out, hey, what's going on is that China's buying silver. China's buying silver hand over fist. So until that stops, chances are silver is going to continue to rise. So what do I do every day when I am prop firm trading? On at least one of my evaluation accounts, I just buy silver when it dips. So I'll go to on a lower time frame over here. So the last 2 days, I just literally market opens, I buy silver. Market opens, I buy silver. Actually, I buy it at 6 o'clock at night. So I buy silver here and I buy silver here on the dips, and I just hold it. And I get max profit on my account. I got max profit on 2 accounts on the evaluation accounts, and I'm expecting to pass them this week with the same technique and move on. While I have other accounts that I'm trading other assets, Bitcoin, Nasdaq, that sort of thing, in order to generate other types of profits. But the way I'm doing this is I'm pairing the silver trade, is because I understand the macro trend. That's why you can pay attention to someone like me who's letting you know, hey, these things are happening out there. Oh shit, I didn't know this was happening. Let me go ahead and take that same sort of bet if you're interested. And then you use indicators like um, levels and wave and all that sort of thing in order to trade intraday. So if we go to I want to just bring up this trading session that I had last week. So here we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq. All right. Now on Price Action Live, which is a live stream that I do Tuesday to Friday on Traders Post, the YouTube channel Traders Post, with Mike Christensen, my buddy, my pal, who is also a prop firm trader. I go through these trades live. So if you're interested in trading the way that I'm doing it, you want to see how I'm going about it, you can also go on there and you'll hear me talk about it, and you see the trades that I'm in. But you'll see here, let me actually even make this a little bit easier. Let me hide this. Hide this. All right. The levels on this chart. The levels here, as we talked about in other streams, when the price hits it from above, comes down from above, we're expecting a bounce. When it comes from below, we're expecting a sell. All right? Very simple way of thinking about that. And the longer it takes, when levels are cleared, the price is attracted to whatever is the most recent level that has not yet been crossed. All right? So for example, over here, I talked about this. I talked about this last week. Peter, so you let me know if I'm repeating myself here, but I think it's worthwhile. Over here, the price opened up. I'm just taking an arbitrary date, December 1st. The price rose. How did it rise? It rose by climbing up the daily unmitigated levels. So it opened, it came down to the daily level, which is this blue line here, moved up. The next day, it came down to that daily level, moved up. Again, came down to that daily level, moved up. Again and again and again. And once it was done, it's move up. And it came down. This time it came, but it didn't bounce up. It went down through, came back up from underneath. Now we switched to bearish because now it's coming from underneath. And where is it coming to? It's headed to this weekly level here. So it kept coming back to that weekly level until it was done for this week. This is a week that we're in from red to red. And then it fell right through at the end of the week. I was not surprised by this. Why? Because once all the levels were cleared, all these levels that you see here were cleared. What's the only level that was left? There was this level above us here and this level below us here, right? But which one is the nearest? This one was created recently at the beginning of December, while the other one was created way, 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 way back. So the most recent level gets precedence, and the price went straight down to there. Not surprised. Once it cleared those levels, once it cleared these two levels, it came down here and here. Then it starts. It got attracted a little bit to this level over here, and then it started moving back up. Why did it start moving back up? Because why didn't it go to this level down here? Because this weekly level up here was created on this bar. You see, it got created recently. So this got cleared up. This got created recently, and now the price is moving up towards that level. And again, we could look at it again. It came down towards this next level that was created this other week. So I said, if we jump to now, we cleared this weekly level. This was mitigated. This was mitigated, but this one wasn't. Right? This one wasn't. This started at the beginning of Davos, Peter. So this one wasn't. So the price fell. Did I think, oh, the price is going to go all the way down, 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 down? That's it. We're going to start the bear market? No, not likely, because we have to unmitigate this level over here. So where did the price come up? During this week, the price went upwards to that level. Exactly. It hit that level almost exactly. It hit it on Friday, and it hit there, and it retreated from underneath. So this week, as we're opening up right now, we know that the week's level is going to open up over here. Right? This is the weekly level. It's going to open up over here. So chances are the price is going to come down here. Is it guaranteed? No. But chances are that it will. If it does, this is a drop of 238 points, right? So that is $476 per contract, per micro contract that can be made, or up to $4,000 that can be made on an NQ contract. Peter, this is the kind of money I'm telling you about that I want people to try for. It costs $50 for a prop firm account for the potential of making a trade that's $500 to $4,000, depending on how much risk you want to take. Hell, I'll be wrong in that trade 10 times. I'll spend $500 to try to figure that out. Because I could figure that out. All of a sudden, these indicators, they pay for themselves, the prop firms pay for yourself, and all of a sudden you have a secondary income stream that you don't have to pay attention to every freaking day.
Right.
Or all day long.
How many hours do you pay attention to that per week?
Depends how you. I love taking these trades right from the overnight. So from 6 p.m. at night, Eastern Standard Time, I start looking at my setup. Usually I get into that trade, whatever I'm going to get into by 7, 8 o'clock, and I could ride that for the rest of the day. And if I'm wrong, then that trade goes badly and it's wrong. But if it's right, then that trade could pay for 5 other wrong trades. Right? So for example, over here, for tonight, we're going to be below the daily level that was created over here and above this weekly level. All right. So we're going to see in about 10 minutes how the market opens up. If it opens up and we're still in this, what I call a no man's zone. Oh, sorry. No, I call this the Badlands. The Badlands between a daily and a weekly level. Chances are we could bounce around in here. So I'm going to be aiming for down here. So I'll probably take a short and aim down here. I'll pay attention to what's going on with the dollar first. The dollar is falling, so that's actually can be pretty bullish, but we'll see. But I would take that trade to the downside. Meanwhile, while silver is opening up, so basically silver, when it opens, two things can happen to silver. We're above the daily level and we're above the weekly level. So chances are we'll pull back to there. Not guaranteed, it can still run up, but chances are we'll pull back to there. And so I could approach this one of two ways. I would either just take the trade at 6 o'clock, expecting it to run up, right? If it continues to run, great. I don't have to think about it. The trade is up. When it gets to a certain level of money, I set a stop loss to break even to capture some profit, and I just don't think about it until the end of the day. Just like over here, when I bought it over here, I just ran it up all the way to the end of the week, like end of the day. I don't care. Whatever it closes at is what it closes at. Or the price falls down over here, and I enter the trade here. If it bounces, if I see a bounce, I enter the trade over here. These indicators just make things easier, right? And at what now I'm charging a crazy low $500 per year. I'm going to be increasing that price soon because I think it's just too low to do it. But at $500 a year, these sorts of indicators that have, I mean, it's already made me money. I'm giving it to you, giving you access to it, teaching you how to use it. Use these types of things. Find your own way, find your own systems, find your own time frames and assets that you want to pay attention to. And then you're not sitting there worried about what your future is going to be like, because you'll be using your own mind in order to figure out patterns within things that you can see. And then you can be sitting there going, hey, I made an extra $1,000 this month. I made an extra $5,000 this month. Actually, that took some relief off of me. It gave me more choices in my life. This actually didn't feel like gambling at all. It didn't feel like I went to the casino and gambled. It felt like I saw what was going on the chart, and I took a measured bet. I knew what I was going to lose, what I could lose. I know what I could make, and it was a good risk reward. Oh, I could make 4 times more than I could lose. Okay, that's worth it. I place the bet and I move on with my life.
I love it. I love it. It's good. A rare moment of sincerity from the Sacred Prophet. I appreciate that.
It does happen.
It does happen. So you had a payout from prop firm. How integral, how important, how significant were your indicators for that payout?
Mandatory. I do not trade ever at all without my indicators, even if it's a macro trade, right? Some sort of like long-term trend I'm trying to ride. I get to decide where I get in based on my indicators. Invaluable. The only reason I started trading again is because I had these indicators. I can't do it without it.
Why'd you stop? Why'd you stop trading?
Turns out if you lose enough money in a row, you're like, I better figure out a better way. So all my life before about a year ago was me in that black and white going, this knife is just, it can't cut this shoe. Why can't I cut my shoe with this knife? And now I'm cutting shoes left, right, and center, folks.
Well, that's fantastic. Is there any chance, either today or another time, you can show us how to do 50x leverage trade for a Bitcoin?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I want to show you how to do it, because you're trading prop firms now, but you also should trade crypto futures.
I do want you to show me, but I'm looking for something very short, very quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to very quickly and very shortly show you how to do it.
Yeah, I know, but I just want you to do it real quick.
Oh, man, it'll be as quick as it takes for you to... What the hell up?
Well, because I have to log into my things. Everything is not set up for that.
I'll log into my things. I'll just show you how to do it.
Oh, all right. If that's what you meant, fine. Let's do it. In fact, I insist.
Oh, Peter.
Silence!
All right.
50x leverage,
that's it for me. Unless you had any other questions, I get it back.
We're not doing it on stream?
No, not now.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
No, not now.
Okay, so you're gonna show me how to do it, and then I'll do a video about it.
No, we'll just do it on like a daily bread or something
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
this week.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great this week. I'm down bad in my prop firm account. I'm like down like 700 and something dollars.
Let me
Um,
guess, you didn't use my indicators.
no, I couldn't figure out how to get the use to connect it to TradingView. You said I can't.
What do you mean? Of course you can. What are you talking
No, you
about?
said I can't connect my prop firm account to TradingView.
No, you use the indicators that you see in the chart to decide when to get in.
Yeah, I know, but then I have to do this double screen thing. I'm a newbie. I don't even know how to do that stuff. Okay, I was just playing around in there. Honestly, I thought my account was going to end.
Right.
So I was just like playing around, trying out buttons, only to find out no, my account was purchased that day, that morning. So I got a hole to dig myself out of, but it'll be fun to try with the sacred profit indicators.
I just got a little caveat here, a little
Mm.
warning. If you find it difficult to look at TradingView on one screen and enter a trade in another, you might want to look for a different avenue here, my friends.
Look, you can't give me this inspiring speech that you just gave this whole stream and then tell me I can't
No,
do it.
sorry, Peter. The speech isn't for losers. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's only for people who have the propensity, the ability to do it.
All right, right. Well,
Oh
we'll
my
see.
god. Did I inspire a one-legged man to run a two-legged race? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh, fantastic. Do we want to look at some charts to kind of figure out what's going on, or did we kind of already do that?
Nah, let's go with that. I really don't want to miss futures open. Got
Can
5
you
minutes
do
for
me
that.
one favor? Can you
Let's hear it.
read the last posting you put in the Telegram group and maybe just explain that real quick?
Yeah, sure. The last post. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. Let me open this up. All right, this is the post you're talking about, right?
Let's take a look. I didn't look at it. I was just asking about the last one.
Well, the last one was a Bitcoin trade I was trying to do. I was attempting to
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
short
whoa! I didn't understand a word you just said.
the last post here in the Telegram group was me attempting to attempting a short-term long trade and prop today. So I'm trading MBT, which are micro Bitcoin futures, from 89,000 to 91.780 with a possible higher target of 96.5. We have just cleared the nearby levels below, so there will be a magnet to the upside potentially. So I was trying to get, because we had just cleared these levels here on Bitcoin, I was trying to get a run up to 91,780 over here. That did not work out, unfortunately. If we actually just jump to the chart here, you could be able to see it. Let's go to this one. Actually, no, let's go here. All right. So what happened was that because we had cleared two lower levels, where are you? Over here. Because we had cleared two lower levels, when that happens, oftentimes we can get a big move upwards. But we actually had the opposite. What happened here is that the price moved up a little bit, fell back down. Like literally, this 15-minute, this white level over here that you're looking at, that's a 2-hour trend. The bullish trend was so weak, like the propensity for it to bounce is so weak that it got pulled back all the way to that level.
Hmm.
Right? Even when it tried to move up again, because again another 2-hour level got created over here, so the price moved up. It came up and got slammed down again. Then even once it started to rise up again, back up to underneath this volume weighted move, this weekly VWAP level, still the price kept getting rejected, and rejected. So I mean, serves me right to try to go long inside of a bear market, but I was trying to be cute by trying to get a counter trend bounce in the short term. Turned out not to be a great idea. But even if I was going to go short, it would have been a bad idea too, because we've just been in this choppy range for Bitcoin for days now. So after this drop, we've just been sideways. So this is almost like a bear flag. where we should expect a drop. So we'll see today. Even today, as we're seeing the price for Bitcoin, it is below the daily level that's going to be there at around 89,820, and it's below the weekly level that's going to be there around 9,300. And so this is bearish all around. The price can likely go all the way up to over here again or whatever it is, and then just roll over. And watch me say that, and then the price just rockets. But that's how you trade these levels. Like you
Right.
can't like be like maybe this is the time that things go completely differently, which is what I was trying to do. Um, this is where you look at it and you go, "This is bearish. We're below both daily and VWAP levels. I'm going to wait for a rise up and then short that price from over there." So we'll see. But with the dollar falling the way that it is right now, it's always a little bit tricky when you come to that 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when futures start opening, because some news can happen over the weekend or whatever that reprices things. So if Bitcoin here changes and all of a sudden Bitcoin is up over here, well, that's a different story, right? Because if we come down into weekly levels or down into daily levels and bounce up, well, that's bullish. So we'll see what happens here.
And just before we wrap up here, I know if I remember correctly, you talk about how you're not looking to like nail the right at the beginning and right at the end. You're looking for what confirmation. You're looking for a reasonable trend before you get in. Perfect entries is what we're aiming for here. So, what's the thinking when you're looking at the chart and want to get in?
Yeah. So my advice is only take trades at one of these levels, right? Either it's going to be an unmitigated level. You can even do mitigated levels if you're feeling frisky, um, and then the VWAP levels. So, right. So if I go back to the chart over here, if I'm trading Bitcoin, let me just remove wave here for a second and make it a little bit easier for you to see. Let's even remove trend. So when I'm intraday trading, let's say yesterday, let's call it yesterday. So yesterday opened up at 6 p.m. over here, and the price started rising up. So we were above this blue line, which is the daily level, and below this line, which is the weekly level. So that means we're going to be in chop, at least for a while, which is exactly what happened. We moved up and down and up and down and up and down. But you see here, the move that what we're getting here is classic VWAP bounces. We have this candle over here where we bounce off that blue line. That's a good short-term entry for a long, right? Over here again, it bounces over here. That's a short-term entry for a long. Both of those would have been profitable. Over here, you don't get into the trade because this candle closes below the VWAP level, the daily VWAP level. So you wait. What do you wait for? You wait for the candle to come back, for the price to come back, which it did over here. It came down to this 2-hour level, bounced up to here to the daily. That's where you enter the short. And then this short would have been great, all the way down to the next level below. Right?
Right.
Do you see the short here? So we get up
Yeah.
to this blue line, down over here. So you're using the levels on the chart. It's very simple rule. If you come at it from below, you short it. If you come at it from above, you buy it. But you wait for the candle to close and confirm that that's what's happening. It could be wrong, but the chances are you're right. And if you're right, it's good. Other people will end up in that trade with you, which is the whole point of the indicators, that other people are trading along with you, and the price is likely to move to where it needs to go. So if we look at this chart, where did the price come down from the short? Yes, it bounced down here. It bounced several times. It came back up, but you saw how it always stayed underneath this blue VWAP level, the daily level, and
Yeah.
then it came down again. And where did it come to? It came down to the unmitigated level here, this 2-hour level, where it bounced, and then it went up. When did it return? After the price bounced again and again and again several times and didn't break, on the 2-hour candle, on this 2-hour change, just white candle over here, on that change is when it decided, okay, we didn't go down. Now it's time to go back up. Where did it go back up to? To the blue level, the daily VWAP level, which it faked out. It closed above here, but the next candle came right back down, right back down. And then where did it stop? This was like an event that day, like something happened. I think a tweet happened, a truth happened that day from Trump. When did that stop? That crazy nonsense, right again on this 2-hour bar, right on this 2-hour bar where it changed and went back up. So why do I like these perfect entries, Peter? Because if you enter here, which is a perfect entry, You avoid all this nonsense. You could just hold it, right? Even if you held it all the way back over here where it came back up, you're just back to where you were. You're not even losing any money. Whereas somebody, plenty of people will short here. They're going to wait for confirmation, wait for confirmation. Okay, now I think it's going to go. So they're going to short over here. They're going to hold over here. They don't know this level's here, so they're going to ignore it. Then this is going to climb back up. They don't want to lose. They were already in profit this whole time, so they don't want to give back their profit. They don't want to like close the position, and they could have had so much because they get anchored at how much they have. The price moves back over here, over here, over here, over here. It gets close to where they're going to be. Oh my god! Oh my god! It pops over here. They go, okay, I'm totally wrong. I got to sell out that position. I got to go long over here because clearly it's going to go up, and boom, they get rinsed again.
That was me on Friday.
Right. And then they'll go over here on this candle here. They'll be like, oh, it's so red. I'm going to short. Look, it was up and lower. It's going to fall even more. But you never take a trade. I never take a trade right on the time frame candle unless you're gambling because you have no idea where it's going to go. And what happened? It closed. This was red. This is freaking red. And then immediately afterwards, it skyrocketed up. So they would have gotten rinsed out of this trade, rinsed out of that trade, out of this long, and then rinsed out of this one, all chasing the freaking candles. You don't need to do that. Don't make your decision first on the candle. Make your decision first on the time, on the levels. Then you use the candles in order to get in and out of your trades, like to manage what you're doing.
All right. Trading windows open. Let's get at it.
Wait, futures are open right now. Let's just see what happened to Bitcoin here. What's the price of Bitcoin? Whoa, this is what I'm talking about. This is where Bitcoin opened up versus where we are.
Wow.
These are the Bitcoin futures, right? So here, this is a drop of 3% on Bitcoin. Remember, I said this, because it's above the price, is bearish. Bearish. Didn't I just say that?
Mm-hmm.
That means you could have taken the trade in crypto futures. You could have gone in crypto futures. Actually, I'll do it over here. You could have gone in crypto futures here. Because this was bearish, this level was bearish as of last Friday, right? Friday is when the last trading day for the futures were there. So it would have closed the futures and you'd be like, okay, I know it's going to open up bearish. So you can immediately go to the crypto over here on Friday, right over here, right over there. That's where it closed. And you're going to just put a short in. And you could then a 50x short and held that short from over here down to over here, which is where we are right now, down 3%, and made 150 times your money. Because you know it's not likely to change until this weekly time frame starts. Right? This is the Rocket Sunday trade, but when it's the opposite side, I call it Bomb Sunday, where you're shorting now. We're in a bear market, we're shorting. And so the price moves to those levels. So it's just so obvious when you start seeing the levels. Like once you start looking the charts with these levels, you're just like, oh, I get it. Why did it turn exactly over here out of nowhere? It's not out of nowhere. It was exactly at the 2-hour mark. Oh, it's not out of nowhere. It was exactly on the daily, exactly on the weekly. That's why it moved. Why is it staying below here? Why is it bouncing below here? Because it's below the VWAP levels. It's above the VWAP levels. Why is it wiggling in between? Because there's 2-hour levels. There's 15-minute levels. There's 5-minute levels. 1 minute. They're all moving around in there. You don't have to like be confused about it. And you look at it and you go, oh, I get it. And then you can be my 16-year-old stepson who goes, I understand. My friends are just sitting there buying AMD calls because they heard microchips are good and AI is good. And I'm there. He's trading options on MSTR. Like he's getting it. Like he understands. He's like, it's so obvious. I don't understand why everyone wouldn't use it. I know. And I provide it for as low cost as I can. But you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him think.
Folks, like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Write a comment down below if you found this helpful. Very much appreciate you watching this. And that's been Sunday Fuel, folks.
Oh, look at that, Peter. Look at where NASDAQ opened. Oh my God. It went exactly to the weekly level. I wonder how he did that. Because I'm a freaking genius, all right?
Why don't you pat yourself on the back harder?
Peter?
Look, yeah.
Don't come at me, bro. All right, guys. We'll see you next week on Sunday Fuel. It's been so nice to see you guys, and I want you guys to get payouts. Why? Because the more money you make, the more money I make. That's right. Because you're gonna pay for this stuff. Oh yes, you're gonna pay for all these tools. You think these are the end of it? You think it's gonna stay here? You know what I've been working on? Oh my God, you're gonna want to pay through the nose, and you can get it now for 500 smacks. And if you want to pay 2,500 later on, you can do that. You're gonna pay one way or another. You're gonna you're gonna pay one way or another.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Bye, guys.
That's fun. All right. We're still live, by the way.
Straight to the weekly level. I might